You're standing at your window on a morning when the fog covers everything outside. You can't see where the street ends. You don't know if it's going to rain or if the sun will come out. The world feels suspended between what was and what is yet to be. But you have to go. You have to live this day. There's something in this image that touches you in a strange way. You recognize the feeling. It's like living your own life, always one step ahead of what you can clearly see. And in this moment, staring into this curtain of uncertainty, something hits you. You've spent your whole life waiting for the fog to lift before you start walking, waiting to be sure of the destination before taking the first step, waiting for someone to tell you you're on the right path. You postpone dreams waiting for the perfect moment. You delay change waiting for guarantees. You put life on hold waiting for certainties that never come. But what if I told you that this waiting is exactly what keeps you stuck? That insecurity isn't the problem. It's the refusal to live with it. Today we're going to talk about how to live with purpose, not despite uncertainty, but through it. How to find direction when you have no map. How to be strong precisely on the days when you feel most lost. Adulthood sold you a lie that fulfilled people know exactly what they're doing. That those with a sense of purpose woke up one day with a divine revelation pointing to their mission in life. You look around and see everyone seemingly moving forward with confidence, while you're still trying to figure out which direction to take. That colleague who changed careers and seems so sure of herself. That friend who traveled the world as if he always knew that's what he wanted. And then that familiar feeling creeps in. Everyone else has figured out something I haven't. I'm the only one who didn't get the instruction manual for life. You start questioning every choice. Should I have chosen a different degree, a different job, a different city? But here's the truth no one talks about. Most of the people who seem certain are faking it. They also wake up some days unsure if they're on the right path. They also feel that tightness in the chest when someone asks, "So, how's life going?" Absolute certainty is an illusion. It's a social performance we all silently agree to maintain, because it's more comfortable than admitting we're all navigating in the dark. The difference isn't that fulfilled people have more certainty. The difference is they've learned to move forward even with doubt. They've made peace with uncertainty and discovered something revolutionary. You don't need to know exactly where you're going to walk with dignity. Because purpose isn't something you find, it's something you build. It's not a revelation, it's a daily creation. It's something you shape as you live, as you choose, as you get up every day and decide who you want to be. Think of a specific moment when you were afraid, unsure, but you did it anyway. Maybe it was when you ended a relationship that no longer made sense, or when you moved to a city where you didn't know a single person. Do you remember the feeling? Your heart pounding, your voice shaking. You had no idea if it was the right thing to do. No guarantees. But there was something stronger than fear pulling you forward. In that moment, you discovered something revolutionary. Your inner strength doesn't come from external certainty. It exists precisely in your ability to choose, even without guarantees. Insecurity isn't your weakness. It's your purest humanity. It's what keeps you humble when you could be arrogant. It's what keeps you empathetic when you could grow numb. It's what keeps you growing when you could settle. Think of all the truly important things you've done in life. How many of them did you do with 100% certainty? Probably none. You learned to drive without knowing if you'd get it right. You told someone you loved them without knowing if they'd feel the same. You chose a career without knowing if it would fulfill you. And yet, you did it. Not because you were fearless, but because you were afraid, and did it anyway. Courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is action in the presence of fear. It's feeling the tightness in your chest, taking a deep breath, and taking the next step. Society taught you to see insecurity as a flaw. But what if it's actually your greatest strength? Your ability to question, to doubt, to refuse to settle. That's what keeps you alive. That's what keeps you moving. There's a question that haunts a lot of people. What is my life's purpose? And every time someone asks that, I feel like asking a different one. What if you're asking the wrong question? Maybe you've been searching for purpose as if it were buried treasure, as if there's one definitive answer hidden somewhere deep in your soul, just waiting to be discovered. But what if purpose isn't a fixed destination? What if it's a direction you choose every day? What if it's not about discovering who you are, but about deciding who you want to become? You don't need to know where you'll be 5 years from now in order to live with purpose today. This obsession with long-term plans might be what's paralyzing you, because while you're trying to figure out the future, life is happening, right now. What you need to know is, what values will guide you today? What kind of person do you want to be when you wake up tomorrow? How do you want to treat the people who cross your path? Purpose is waking up and, even without having all the answers, knowing there's something inside you worth sharing with the world. Maybe it's your unique way of listening, your ability to solve problems, your gift for finding beauty where others only see chaos. It doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't have to save the whole world. It just has to be real. It has to be you, being you, so fully and so sincerely that it naturally becomes meaningful to someone else. Because purpose isn't about being special, it's about being yourself in a way that no one else can be. And when you do that, something magical happens. You stop searching for purpose and you start living it. Let me tell you a secret. Fulfilled people don't wake up motivated every day. They wake up many days feeling empty, insecure, questioning their choices. The difference isn't the absence of those moments. The difference is what they do when those moments come. They have a practice, an anchor for when the tide gets rough. Every morning, before checking social media, before getting swept up in the world's demands, they ask themselves one simple question. What kind of person do I want to be today? Not what kind of successful professional, not what kind of results to achieve. What kind of person? Do you want to be kind today? Even when someone's rude to you? Do you want to be brave? Even when that voice in your head says you're not good enough? Do you want to be present? Even when 1,000 distractions are fighting for your attention? Because when you know what kind of person you want to be, your decisions become clearer. Purpose stops being an external quest and becomes an internal choice. And then on the hard days, and yes, they will come, you don't need to know if you're on the perfect path in life. You just need to know whether you're being true to what you believe on the path you're on. That changes everything. Suddenly, you stop waiting for the perfect future and start living the present with dignity. Go back to that window from the beginning. The fog is still there. You still can't see the end of the street, but something has changed. You no longer need to wait for it to clear in order to walk outside. Because you've realized that life isn't about eliminating uncertainty, it's about finding the courage to live through it. That purpose isn't about having all the answers. It's about asking the right questions every single day. You might not know exactly where you'll end up, but you can choose how you'll walk the path. And that choice is where your strength has always been hiding. So take a deep breath, open the door, take the first step into the fog. Because a purposeful life doesn't begin when you're certain of everything. It begins the moment you choose to truly live, even without guarantees. And you already have everything you need to do that. The question isn't whether you're ready. The question is, will you wait to feel ready? Or will you start walking? If this video reminded you of something you'd forgotten about your own strength, leave a like and share it with someone who needs to hear this too. And subscribe to the channel, because here we don't just talk about feeling good, we talk about truly living.